afternoon, all of you. Yes, good afternoon. Okay. The last day, this chapter 3, drainage, up to which topic I have completed. Up to which topic I have completed? Indus River system completed. Sir, please repeat the last discussion. How it is possible? Please listen one thing. Last day I have discussed different drainage pattern and Indus River system. Okay, so in your home, you will read the Indus River system and drainage pattern which have in your book, page number 19. If particular any portion having any queries or doubt, I will explain it later. Sir. So listen. So that's why I will start the Ganga River system. Today I will start the Ganga River system. The Ganga River system, first of all, last day I have told the Indus Water Treaty 1960 in between India and Pakistan. After this treaty, India 20% of Indus River's water utilized for agricultural purpose for the state Jammu Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab and Rajasthan also. Now today, the Ganga River system, that means from the source of the river Ganga up to Bay of Bengal, the total course of the river Ganga, what are the features we will see and what are the state also have in the Ganga river basin. About this I will discuss. First of all, when you will see the map which have in your book, page number 19, you will see in the Ganga River system, the headwater of the Ganga called Bhagirathi is fed by Gangotri glacier. It is very important. The Ganga River system. The Ganga River system. The Ganga River system, first of all, what is the source region of the river Ganga? It is Gangotri. Gangotri, which is situated in Uttarakhand. Gangotri glacier. From Gangotri glacier, river Ganga have originated, and on that time the river's name is Bhagirathi. Then joined by Alaknanda at Devaprayag in Uttarakhand, two rivers, Bhagirathi and Alaknanda meet at Devaprayag. Bhagirathi and Alaknanda, two rivers, meet at Devaprayag. Then the river flowing southward direction in Haridwar, from where it is known as Ganga river. So before entering the Haridwar, the river's name Bhagirathi, the main branch which is originates from the Gangotri glacier, and another small tribulates or small tributaries, Alaknanda also meet with Bhagirathi. Then the river's name Ganga from Haridwar, and then the river flowing like that way. This is the main course of river Ganga. So then, at Haridwar the Ganga emerged from the mountains onto plain. When I have told about the river different stage, old, young, mature and old, three stages of river, and those river, these three stages are prominent. This river we can say it is an ideal river. Okay, so those rivers, these three stages are prominent. This river we can say it is ideal river. Now, the Ganga river, when from mountain to plain it enters, then the river name Ganga, and also this river flowing towards the Gangetic plain. In your book have a picture 3.5, confluence. What is the meaning of confluence? It is a place where two rivers meet with each other. The name is called confluence. It is a confluence of Bhagirathi and Alaknanda at Devaprayag. The Ganga is joined by many tributaries from Himalayas, a few of them being major rivers such as Yamuna, the Ghaghara, the Gandak, the Kosi. The river Yamuna rises from Yamunotri glacier in the Himalayas. It flows parallel to the Ganga and its right bank tributaries. Ganga river have two tributaries. This is right bank, this is left bank. This is right bank, this is left bank. So you have seen your book page number 19 have a world India's drainage map. You can found that Jamuna river also flowing parallel with the Ganga and meet with the main river Ganga. So this is also a tributary which is parallelly flow with the Ganga river system. Now, they are the river which flood part of the northern plains every year, and there are some left bank tributaries also have. The left bank tributary, the Ghaghara, the Gandak, the Kosi in the Nepal Himalayas, they are the river which flood part of the northern plains every year, causing widespread damage to life, property, but enriching the soil for the extensive agricultural land. Some left bank tributaries which is originate from the Nepal Himalaya. Nepal Himalaya you have read in the last chapter, the regional division of Himalaya. Nepal Himalaya also have a part. From Nepal Himalaya some left bank tributaries which originate and meet with the river Ganga. This river each and every year occurred widespread flood which also create lots of damage. River Kosi is called sorrow of Bihar. Like you know, river Damodar is also sorrow of Bengal. That river Kosi also called sorrow of Bihar. Why this is called sorrow of Bihar? Because due to that river each and every year getting flood in these areas, and due to the flood lots of properties also damaged, lots of life also destroyed, lost. That's why, but also having a benefit. What is this? Due to that reason, this region each and every year getting huge amount of alluvial soil which is carried by river from their upper course. Understood? So this is the river of the Ganga and some tributaries. After that, the main tributaries which comes from the peninsular upland, some tributaries also have which is originate northern part of peninsular plateau, that means from the central highland. Some, these are Chambal, Betwa, Son, rise from the semi-arid areas. They have short course. Short course means the length is small, shorter course. and do not carry much water in them. So, and find out how they ultimately join the Ganga. If you will see the map, you can also understood there are some river Chambal, Betwa, Son, which also meet with river Ganga through Jamuna river, and also this is a right bank tributaries. Now, the last part of this river enlarged with the river water from its right and left bank tributaries, the Ganga flow eastward, the Ganga river flow eastward and till Farakka. Farakka in Murshidabad, West Bengal, they are having a barrage, Farakka barrage. If you will go to the North Bengal, you also cross this bridge. So Farakka, their river bifurcated, that means divided two equal part. The two, sorry, not equal, bifurcated two part. The main stream enters in Bangladesh, named Padma, Padma. This is the main river of Bangladesh. So this is the river. In India, this is called Ganga river. When it entered in Bangladesh, we can say it is Padma river. And another distributor is flow southward direction on the state West Bengal. This river also known as Bhagirathi Hooghly. In our locality, which river we can say it is a Ganga river? This is a distributary of main river Ganga. It is a distributary. That means part of the main river. And this river is known as Bhagirathi Hooghly. Now, in Kolkata also you have seen the Howrah Bridge. So, on which river? This Bhagirathi Hooghly river. Then, the Bhagirathi Hooghly, a distributary flows southward through the deltaic plain of Bay of Bengal, and deltaic plain, delta also formed there. There are so many small distributaries and form a triangular shape of land. Sundarban delta also situated in that part near the Bay of Bengal. And the main stream flows southward into the Bangladesh joint Brahmaputra, and this Padma river also joined with Brahmaputra river, and then this Padma river known as Meghna river and meet with Bay of Bengal. So all this name you have to remind it. Sir, what is meander and what is meander and what is Hooghly river? So I have told Hooghly river is a distributary of river Ganga. This is known as Bhagirathi Hooghly. The northern part Bhagirathi and southern part Hooghly. The total part we can say it is Ganga river. In our locality we have seen this river are called Ganga river, but the actual river is Bhagirathi Hooghly. And meander, what is meander? The bend of the river is called the meander. The bend of the river. This bend we can say it is a meander. From meander Oxbow Lake also formed. Okay. This, so the last portion of the Padma river, this is known as Meghna river, which meet with Bay of Bengal. When after the meeting of Brahmaputra river, the Padma river also called the Meghna river, the mighty river with water from the Ganga and Brahmaputra flow towards the Bay of Bengal. The delta formed by the river known as Sundarban delta. Why Sundarban delta? As you know that there are some trees named Sundari. According to this name, the delta's name world fastest growing delta. This is Sundarban delta. Now, do you know the Sundarban delta derived its name from the Sundari tree, which grows well in marshland. Marshland means swampy, marshy land, always wetty. Why the rain? Why the name is from where you have got this? Bhagirathi Hooghly. Bhagirathi Hooghly, the name have given, it is also an ancient river, very old river which have originated so many years ago, and on that time this river also called Bhagirathi Hooghly. They are having some mythological concept, that's why. Now, the length and the world fastest and largest growing delta, it is also the home of Royal Bengal tiger. As you know that this is a good information, you will remind it, short question will come from that part, MCQ question will come in this topic. Now, the length of the river Ganga is 2500 kilometer, you will remind this, very important, 2500 kilometer. If you will get a short note on river Ganga, on that time you have to remind the length of the river. And then Ambala is located the water divide between Indus and Ganga river system. What is water divide, you know, and you have seen the map, you can understood. In the Delhi ridge or near Rajasthan, this is also a water divide which is separated Ganga river and Indus river, and from Ambala to Sundarban, the river flowing towards the plain land, the length is 1800 kilometer, but the slope is also reduced or decreases 300 meter. In other words, the fall in just 1 meter or every 6 kilometer. That means the slope is also very less. That means it is a flat surface. That's why this area become flat, you know that, due to the erosion and depositional work of the river. That's why this region also are getting flat surface. Okay. So student, up to this, today you will read. Now Ridita, tell me which topic you need for explanation. Last day I have discussed Indus river system and different type of drainage pattern. First I will give 2 minute time, you will read this topic, and all of you will read the Ganga drainage system. If having any queries, you will ask me. The drainage pattern. The drainage pattern, first you have read the 4 drainage pattern. I will explain it again today, no problem. Okay. So, before the discussion of this drainage pattern, I want to ask you again regarding the Ganga river system. Having any queries, you have to remind it from which region the river originates, what is the name, what is the another part. No query, okay. Next day I will ask some MCQ question. Those are present or attend next classes 9 Pine. I will ask MCQ question from both river Indus and this river Ganga. Sir, I can't understand how the drainage pattern are formed. Drainage pattern are formed. Okay, I will explain it. Drainage pattern, how the drainage pattern will form. I am asking this question. Okay. Listen one thing, second chapter exercise question I have already given through offline classes. So school YouTube channel, from school YouTube channel you will write the second chapter exercise question. Okay, you will follow it. Now listen, the drainage pattern, how drainage pattern will form. This is the question. Drainage pattern will develop on the basis of the underground rock structure. Underground rock structure. Suppose this is the main river. With the main river, some another small tributaries joined from different direction. This type of features is look like a branches of trees. Branches of trees, and according to this shape or pattern, we can say this is dendritic. Understood, Ridita? The term dendritic means dendron, trees. The river and with these tributaries form the trees like shape. That's why it is called dendritic. And I have told these small tributaries meet with the main river according to the slope of the land and also the underground rock structure. If having their hard rock and soft rock, river easily eroded soft rock, that's why river course will not straight, they are having a zigzag way or having some bend or meander. Okay? So this is the dendritic drainage pattern. Now, another one, when river and their tributaries meet with right angle, one river also present there, the main river, and only one tributaries meet with main river at right angle. This river, but this drainage pattern we can say trellis drainage pattern. Okay? So you can understood this trellis drainage pattern. Now, some river and their tributaries meet with each other and form a rectangular shape. River and its tributaries, it is not a prominent rectangle, but you can understood that this is a rectangular shape. River and tributaries meet with each other. Suppose like that. This portion have not touched with each other, but this shape from space or from the bank of the river, this shape we can see it might be a rectangular. So this type of drainage pattern is a rectangular drainage pattern. And if any hilly land, highland or high altitudinal place from where the top portion of this mountain or hill, some river originate and flowing different direction, this is a radial drainage pattern. So those river originate from the hilly land or highland, so many rivers, but some rivers, and flowing from different direction. This type of pattern, we can say it is a radial drainage pattern. Okay? Can you see the board? So do you have any radial drainage pattern in our country? In our country, you have not got a proper radial drainage pattern, but some place have in Central Highland. Some place have in Central Highland. In this map, page number 19, you will see near the eastern part of Gujarat, where the Rana Pratap Sagar, Gandhi Sagar Dam is situated, there might be look like that pattern. It is not a exact, but having the similarity with the radial drainage pattern, because there have so many mountain range, you know, Bindia, Satpura, Aravalli, the Central Highland. No. Not all the drainage pattern we can found in our country. Okay. Rest of these four, another some drainage pattern also have, which have not in your which have not mentioned in your book. These, some of them, one is also, I will tell you that centripetal drainage pattern, in your book have not mentioned this. Centrifugal and centripetal, opposite of radial. It is radial, and centripetal means when any lake like that is present in a place, from different direction, so many river discharge its water here. Opposite of radial, it is centripetal. In physics also this concept have, from center when force go outside in a place, or from outside like this. Okay. So, different type of drainage pattern you have understood. Okay. So, different drainage pattern, I hope you can understood this, and also you will read river Indus and river Ganga, and listen all of you, when you will read the drainage pattern you have to remind and see the map. This is very important. With the reading you will see the map, you can easily understood the flowing of the river. Sir, in physics, the centrifugal force considered as a place as false force. It is also for here. Centrifugal force is considered as false force. I don't know what is false force, but you will remind this arrow. It is also very important. This arrow you will remind it. What is the direction? If it is a centripetal, this drainage pattern have not in your book, but in your book have this drainage pattern. From any hilly land or a highland, the water discharge in a different direction. Okay. So student, today up to this you will read. Next day I will ask question about Ganga river system and Indus river system, and then we will continue rest of the topic. Thank you.